Hello everyone and welcome to Pay-Per-Click Advertising Part 1. Today I'm going to explain and describe what PPC is, or pay-per-click, and how does it work. Pay-per-click, or PPC, is a form of online advertising where the advertiser only pays if someone clicks on their ad. That's why it's called pay-per-click. Let's go to Google for a moment just to show how it works. If I, for example, type Whistler, for example, accommodations. Whistler is one of the top ski and winter and summer resorts here in North America. So what happens? I'm gonna get lots of paid results. You see those, all of these at the top are ads. They are paid results. 1, 2, even this one, 3. And only here there's first not paid result, or so-called natural or organic result. Also, we have here on the right hand side some ads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So these companies still didn't get charged, but if I click on this ad, they will get charged, maybe $1 or $2 or whatever, sometimes even more. So you can see here lots of paid ads, paid by different hotels or different companies, booking engines. However, here you have so-called natural results or organic results. And you probably remember what these results depend on. Well, they depend on the quality of a website, whether or not the website has been optimized for search engines, whether or not the website has great user experience, and whether or not it is search engine friendly. So these results really depend on SEO. And these are all about so-called PPC. Someone is paying for them. So now you might be wondering who actually clicks on these ads. So what do you think? First of all, do you ever click on those ads? Well, actually 94% of the people prefers to click on natural results like these. However, there are still 6% of the people that click on the paid ads. 53% of those clicks are by women and 47% by men. And also a little bit older people are more likely to click on these ads. That doesn't mean that the younger do not click on those ads. So once again, it's only 6% of people who prefer clicking on paid ads. Now you might be wondering, okay, 6%, that's really not too much. Well, remember the long tail principle. We don't have to always focus on the huge majority of people. We can, like in the Amazon way, we can focus maybe on some less popular items and less popular searches, like in the example of Metro Lyrics website. So 6% could be actually huge. And I know quite a few people who are very successful based on these pay-per-click ads. They generated huge revenue, and even though only 6% of people clicks on those ads. Remember, Google answers 100 billion searches every single month. So 6% of 100 billion is actually 6 billion searches. That's quite a few. So that's the reason why you should think about PPC as a valid strategy, as a very essential strategy in your online marketing mix. If you are still not sure why PPC is important as part of the overall online marketing mix, let me actually use this example of a mall to help you understand. First of all, when you go to the mall, sometimes you go through maybe entrance 1, parking 1 level, or parking 2 level, or maybe you park outside and then go through a department store like Sears, or maybe you enter the mall from street level. But there are lots of entrances to each mall. And interestingly, all of those people end up in pretty much the same stores. They spend money in the mall. Think of a web in a similar way. For example, this is your website. And lots of people should come to your website, but some of them will come just through regular Google search. The other might come through Facebook, through your Facebook page, or maybe through your Twitter page. But some might come through your ads on Google. or some other people might come through links that you have on various websites. Your key goal is really to bring traffic to your website and then to convert those people into your customers. And when thinking about your website, you've got to count on different links and different websites, different ways to bring people into your shop. So now that you realize that everything matters in all this big puzzle called marketing, let's explain how you can set up your own campaign on Google. I'm now on google.com/AdWords. That's a website that you are familiar with. We talked about Google AdWords when we dealt with Google Keyword Planner. So this page explains how it works, right? It gives you an overview of how to set up your campaign here, how to get started. You can even call this number. And once you have your website completely ready, try to get them to give you a $100 or $75 coupon for free advertising on Google. I'm not sure if they will approve it, but even if they don't, there's another strategy. You will need a hosting for your website. And when it comes to that decision, I would recommend to consider HostGator.com. If you go to various plans, you will notice that pretty much all plans actually go with 100 Google AdWords coupon. So that's how you get $100 to advertise on Google and to kind of practice your advertising before you get really proficient. So if you've never advertised on Google, I would recommend to read this page, google.com/AdWords, go to maybe how it works page and understand the whole principle that I just explained, right? People search on Google, they see your ad, and then they click on your ad, you get charged, but you get new customers. You need to target your ads, and this is the explanation how setting up your campaign works. I'm going to show you that in a few moments as well. Different ad types. Your ads, by the way, can show on Google results like this one, or they can show on your mobile phone, right? Or they can even show up across the web on various websites. Let's go to overview once again and get started now. Provide your email address. If you have an email address with Google, right, you can choose to use your Gmail for that purpose. I'd like to use my existing Google account for AdWords. Then you provide your email address and password, and you continue to set up your account, which we will show later. Before I wrap up this presentation, let me just go back to the Whistler accommodation search and just explain a couple of more things. Number one, there are a couple of concerns regarding Google AdWords. First of all, what if people start clicking on my ad and all of a sudden I get charged, my bill goes up, and I get charged multiple times by some people that are clicking on my ads on purpose? Well, actually Google has a way to prevent that, to identify that those clicks are generated from the user with the same IP address. So that's not really a major concern. The other question is, what if I exhaust my budget, and what if I spend too much? Well, there is a way to limit your daily and monthly budget, and there is a way to limit the amount you are prepared to pay for each click. And this is, by the way, called maximum cost per click. So you might specify that you are not going to pay more than, say, $1 or $2 per each click, and that you are not prepared to pay more than, say, $5, $10, $20, $50 per day. And also, let me not forget to mention that there is another company. Of course, Google covers 70% of the searches on the internet, but there is Yahoo and there is Microsoft, and they have joined forces to create bingads.microsoft.com. That's another platform similar like Google AdWords, and it covers Microsoft, Bing, and Yahoo. So Microsoft and Yahoo joined forces, and now they have one platform where you can set up your campaign, and pretty much similar or the same way like on Google AdWords, and advertise on a pay-per-click basis. And by the way, sometimes we refer to pay-per-click advertising as a keyword advertising because it's based on the keywords that people use when search the internet. Well, this is about it when it comes to the introduction to pay-per-click advertising. I just explained how the whole advertising, PPC advertising works. And in the next presentation, I'm going to help you set up your first campaign on Google. Thank you for watching.